In a world full of distractions, there is one big question on every dog owner's lips.
How do I become more than just the person holding the other end of the leash?
We all get dogs with a dream in mind, a vision of the future. And if right now your everyday reality isn't quite that picture you had in mind, you are in the right place.
It really doesn't have to be this way.
You absolutely can and will be more to your dog than just the person who gets in between them and the world.
The key is you need to be more sexy.
More sexy than the neighbourhood cat.
More sexy than the jogger in the park.
More sexy than that half-eaten hamburger they just found on the floor.
And yes, even more sexy than the dog across the road.
I'm Tom.
And I'm Lauren.
Together we're absolute dogs.
And you're listening to the Sexier Than a Squirrel podcast.
Welcome to the Sexier Than a Squirrel podcast, the podcast that teaches you how to train your dog, but hopefully even more than that, actually gets you excited about dog training and behaviour and, allows you to immerse yourself in something that lights you up.
We want you to jump out of bed in the morning. And if you don't jump, we want you to at least sort of spring out with a bit of a spring in your step, because we know that being a pro dog trainer, being a dog trainer, literally allows us to wake up happy pretty much each and every day.
Yeah. And so if you didn't catch last week, what we talked about was actually how when you learn to train your dog like a pro, you transform your dog's struggles. You might even find yourself helping some other people along the way. And most importantly, more importantly than all of that, you really step into actually owning and celebrating that you've got a passion. And a lot of people in life, they don't discover their passion ever.
You feed your passion, you look after your passion, you nourish your passion, you nurture your passion. Ultimately, you're going to be grateful that you have a passion, because I think so many people, like you say, Tom, they go through life without ever really being lit up, but without being excited, without being really one of those lucky 1%, because we are that lucky 1%.
Yeah, absolutely. And, there's probably a subset of that lucky 1%, which, when we think about it, gosh, it's quite kind of sad and upsetting in a way that you discover your passion. And there's, that proportion of people that discover something that lights them up. But then they always find themselves being pulled in different directions and helping everybody else out throughout their life. And they never get to their passion. They never get to, immerse themselves in their passion. They never find the time because they do not make the time. And actually that's doing a disservice to them, and probably is doing a disservice to all the people that they could have inspired and helped and supported and enhanced the relationships between dogs and owners if they had actually just made that simple step of just making a bit of time for themselves.
And ultimately this is about looking after you. It's about making sure that you step into the realm of self-care and actually topping up that bank of optimism, that bank of energy. Tell me honestly, do you have days where you feel you don't know what you're doing? Maybe you don't have any direction. Maybe you're feeling a little bit lost. Maybe you don't know what your purpose is, or maybe you're just feeling like you're bumbling along and getting a bit older, but you don't necessarily know what it's for or what it's about or why. And for me, this is where training a dog like a pro really jumps in. It steps in. It allows you. I've just come back after a really cool weekend. I've had a really amazing weekend competing and training and working with dogs. And for me, it sort of really, I don't know, it boosts you. It takes you to a whole new level of feeling great about what you do and realizing why you do it. And I think it's that moment of, I have a passion. I get to look after this passion. I get to nurture this passion. I get to feed this passion. And without that nourishment, that food, that care, that take a breath for looking after it, actually you may not keep it. You may lose it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we want you to get excited.
Drum
because
roll.
we've got 14 days of immersion covered for you. Because
oh my God.
What we've done is we've created a brand new challenge that actually I must kind of put a warning on this first. If you don't get excited about learning about dogs, learning about dog training, or learning about dog behavior and geeking out about dog behavior.
If you don't like good energy, if you're not up for feeding passion, if you're just there to sort of sit back, be grumpy and just not have any happy vibes, you know what? this is probably not the place for you. It's probably not the challenge for you.
Absolutely. And so we've developed a brand new challenge, and this challenge is going to be a lesson a day for 14 days where we cover geeky stuff, we cover practical game playing. It's basically for you to learn how to train your own dog like a pro, but also train other people's dogs like a pro and move towards potentially that dream of working with dogs that some of you may have.
Whether it's a side hustle or whether it's a voluntary sort of job, you know what? Actually, it may just be for you and homeschooling your own dog, for you to feel better, to be better, to do better, to actually step into the realm of, I have got this. I am Lara Croft. I stick my chest out and I walk with a strut. You know what? This allows so many different opportunities, avenues, and ultimately optimism boosting to happen, right?
And if the last few years have taught us anything, it's that actually, you don't wait and think, oh, I'm going to put everybody else's needs before my own and not look after myself. I'll look after myself in a year's time. And then a year passes. It's like, oh, maybe in a couple of years I'll get to that. And life passes you by. And, now more than ever, what we've got is a situation of how cool would it feel to fan the flames of your passion and bounce out of bed on a morning. But probably even more than that, for those of you that are considering, potentially working with dogs in the future, there's a massive need for great dog training advice and behavior advice right now. There are dogs out there that need your help, and you are exactly who you need to be to do it.
There are owners out there who are tearing their hair out. Maybe you are one of those owners. So maybe you want to train your own dog like a pro. Or maybe you want to support other people who actually are tearing their hair out. Ultimately, I think so many people don't get involved in things like this, Tom, because they don't feel that their own dogs are good enough. And I think that this is definitely, when I first started with Poppy, I was like, oh my goodness, who on earth is going to want to listen to me when I can't even handle my own dog? Actually, owning a dog like Poppy and learning about a dog like Poppy and having, and for those of you that don't know, Poppy was a naughty but nice, very, very chasey, hard, like wired, chase-driven, prey-driven border collie. Actually, now, when I look at her, a very normal border collie, and I adored the very bones of her. I mean, she was an amazing, talented dog to work, just very, very strong. Nifty, who I have currently 9-month-old border collie, 8-month-old border collie, she is very, very similar. But actually, when owning, and no side to her, just very, very chase-driven, and actually owning her 10 years ago, 15 years ago might have thrown me. We want to learn how to train like a pro for our own dogs. So for me, it makes me feel so much more comfy owning a dog that is chase driven or is sort of maybe a little bit more challenges you. Actually, we feel better when we have this pro knowledge behind us.
Absolutely. And on a really practical level, at the moment, the way that the world is, you can feel a little bit out of control. You can feel a little bit out of control of your day-to-day schedule. You can feel a little bit out of control of your finances right now with that cost of living crisis that's happening. And now's the time actually where you need a way of taking some level of control of that. And thinking about the thousands of people that we've taught to go out there and be dog trainers, it might be that it starts as like an evening a week running a dog training class, or on a Saturday morning as like a bit of an extra income to support them. And then before long, they find that they're transitioning over. So I guess what we're saying is now is the time, whether actually you want to train your own dog like a pro or you want to train every dog like a pro, now is the time.
Why not explore it a little? Why not sort of, I don't know, tantalize your taste buds with it? Why not just have a go? Like, it's like, for me, having a little play with the idea and just running the idea through in your head. I remember I was a school teacher. I just knew I needed something more, and I loved my dog training, and I would always be finding myself like drifting off to dog training. And then you think of where we are today, that was just a school teacher having a little like sort of pondering a dream. And so for me, whether you want to take that dream further like Tom and I have, or whether you want to just explore that dream for your own dog, I think there's a lot of room there just to look after our own dogs and actually to be our own dogs ambassadors, educators, advocates, so that we're not finding ourselves at the end of someone else's training methods, which sometimes are not necessarily going to charge any of us up, including our dog, right?
So the challenge, the 2-week 2-week immersion. It kicks off on the 12th of July. And what we're going to be doing is you're going to get a new video lesson each day. It's going to be a combination of learning about why dogs do what they do, learning about their behavior, learning about the geeky stuff of their brain and their behavior. It's also going to be we're going to be coaching you and turning our attention to you and how you can, change your life to bounce out of bed on a morning. And also we're going to be showing you the very practical dog training so that whether you've got a dog who is unpredictable with other dogs, pulls on the lead, jumps up at your visitors, just barks all the time, we're going to give you the tools and the skills so that you can train your own dog like a pro. And that's all going to happen over the course of 2 weeks. Now, you might be thinking, that sounds intense. Is it like full time, all day, every day for 2 weeks? No, don't worry about it. The video lesson, you're going to need to devote about 15 minutes to, watching and implementing that lesson.
Have a look, have a sort of feel for it. You know what? Tom and I are not about making things difficult. No. We're not about putting up huge barriers. We're definitely about making things happen, finding solutions, giving ourselves options, giving ourselves openings and creative solutions to be able to achieve what we do. Yeah. And so many people will say to us on a daily basis, how on earth do you fit so much in? And we'll say, this is exactly how we do it. So whether you want to just surround yourselves in a bit more us, or whether you want to learn for your own dog, or whether you want to learn for lots of other people all over the world, actually this is your opening, it's your opportunity, it's your moment to shine.
Absolutely. And so day by day we're going to be taking you from wherever you are right now to training your dog and other people's dogs like a pro. It's going to kick off on the 12th of July. And the cool thing is that there's this brand new Facebook support group that all the participants are going to be part of. And in this support group, every day we are going to be doing live teaching, and every day we're going to be covering different things. Like I know we've already got planned in, one of the days is going to be devoted to how to work with dogs that have struggles with being separated.
Every single day.
Yeah. It's going to be like basically a massive party of loads of people that love dog training and behavior and learning.
Optimism, being around great vibes. For me, this is an opportunity to top you up.
Yeah. So, 12th of July, it kicks off, 14 days. And the other thing that is going to happen for everybody that jumps into the challenge is we're going to be inviting you to a special day event that is going to stream all around the world. It's going to be a live seminar where we're going to show you some really exciting things relating to supercharging your own dog training, exploring this idea of working with dogs and potentially, making some big changes in life and helping some people along the way and bouncing out of bed while you do it. We're going to be tackling this on a day. It's going to be a special, when you jump into the challenge, you get your ticket to that event for free so that you just tune in on the day. And you might be thinking, it sounds amazing. I want my ticket to the party. I admit I am a dog training and behavior nerd. I want to learn more about it and I want to help my own dog as well. How do I get involved? Well, it's our mission this year to help as many dogs and as many dog owners as possible. And that means actually imparting lots of knowledge to you so that you can achieve that. You can go out there and be the ripple, whether it be you're walking your dog in the park and you see somebody needing help and you say, hey, try this. Hey, have you considered this?
That ripple might be for you and your dog and your family.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a big enough ripple, so don't downplay that. Yeah. That is a huge deal. If you make your dog's family and your life a little bit easier, that's a huge ripple. Or you may want to take it a little bit further. I kind of played with it, titivated, and kind of found myself suddenly here and actually here's what we do. The thing is, this allows opportunities. This allows doors to open. This is a very special and pivotal moment.
Absolutely. And so what we're doing is the 2-week program that you get to keep for life, the live teaching, the bonus ticket to the live streamed seminar that you're going to get as well. That the price for that is £97 or $117. But because it's our mission to help you and, basically kick you into action.
We do not want you to pay that because we know that this could be a really big deal.
Yeah, you've put your dreams on the back burner for too long. So what we're doing is we've discounted that by over 70% so that if you head to the link that we're about to give you, this special link as a podcast listener that you get to follow, if you follow this link, you can get all of that we've described for just £27 or 32 US dollars, which is really cool.
£27 to realign or realign and light up your dreams, right? Like literally you could light yourself up for £27
and get all this knowledge. And so the challenge is called the Like a Pro 14-day challenge. It's going to teach you how to train your dog like a pro and every dog like a pro. It's the Like a Pro 14-day challenge. And all you've got to do to get your special ticket and your special discount is head to absolutedogz.me/like-a-pro. All one word.
The big thing is this is a brand spanking new challenge.
Yeah.
It literally is brand new. No one has seen it before. It's going to be epic. The energy is going to be through the roof. Whether you're here to charge yourself up or whether you're here to grow into something way bigger than you ever imagined before, or whether you're here for both, actually this is the place to be. And you don't want to miss the party.
Yeah. And I've got something else.
There's more.
That we weren't going to tell you, but I kind of think we should tell them.
Oh, go on.
And that is that, we said about that bonus ticket that you get to this live event that we've got planned, right? This seminar, this live streamed seminar that's going to be live streamed all over the world. You get your ticket for free when you jump into that challenge. If you turn up for that challenge live and you don't just turn up, but you show up and you bring the energy, everybody that shows up and brings the energy to that seminar, to that live streamed seminar on the day, you're going to get £50 of store credit to spend in the Absolute Dogs store.
Oh my God.
Just for showing up.
Being there.
Actually, you can make a profit on just jumping into this challenge.
Look at Tom giving you advice
right?
here. You could make yourself a profit right here, right now.
So guys, all you got to do is head to absolutedogz.me/like-a-pro, absolutedogz.me/like-a-pro.
I want to add that if you know anybody who might be interested in this, if you're listening and you're thinking, oh, my friend would love this, my brother, my sister, my mother, my long lost lover, you know what, if you know of someone who wants to be involved in the Like a Pro challenge, maybe you've got a friend who's a bit like a pro, or maybe you'd love to do it alongside a friend because that gives you even more momentum. Stop that. And so for me, this is a really important part of what we do here at Pro Dog Trainer.
That's not how you get your coupon.
And Absolute Dogs. Involve your friends, involve the people around you that also absolutely love and light up with dog training.
Yeah, absolutely. absolutedogz.me/like-a-pro. It kicks off the 12th of July. Follow that link to get your over 70% discount.
On.
We'll see you next week for the next episode of Sexier Than a Squirrel. And remember, in the meantime, stay sexy!